Well, here we go. Let's do this again. So we have Jenny on the line. This is Italo from Italo's Black Tech Radio, and I'd like to welcome the star of the show of Under the Jello Mold. I've already been telling the audience about the show, but why not ask her because I only know what I just read.
Oh, thank
and
you. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry to be late to my own party.
Right. So tell us about what inspired you to put this to put this show, because I noticed that you put this up actually 2 years ago in the Hollywood
Yes.
Fringe Festival.
Yeah, it started at the Fringe Festival. It actually started, well, it started in 2003 when I did my first one-woman show. It was called You Mother. And at the time, my mom was alive, very much alive, and it was a show all about motherhood. And my mother was just one of several mother characters in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of became the star of the show. She was really one of the audience's favorite characters. And she swore that anything I said in the show was not true, even though it was actually taken directly from her mouth. My mom would say something, and then I'd duck into the bathroom, and I'd repeat it onto my answering machine, and I would make my husband swear that he wouldn't erase it. And I'd say, that's material for my show. Don't erase the message. And so that became the audience's pretty much favorite character was my mom. And I got asked a lot to do that show again. But as time went by, things changed. And I was getting older. My mom was getting older. Her health was changing. And everyone's lives, you go through different phases in your life. And I just felt it wasn't being true to I wasn't telling my truth if I just stayed in that show. The show needed to change. And eventually, my mom passed away. And as I told people about the things that happened in my life while dealing with my mom's health declining and then her passing away, believe it or not, there's a lot of humor to be mined from certain parts of your life. And I found that not only were people enjoying my honesty and sharing that, but I found that people actually wanted to open up to me about their experiences. And that was the motivation for doing this show, was the more I shared with people about my mom's experience, the more they shared their experiences. And I thought, this is something. This is a thing. People want to talk about this subject, but they're a little afraid to.
Right. Why do you think that is?
I think it's, death. When you mention the word death, a lot of people immediately go, oh, I don't want to talk about it. It's a little taboo or it's a little scary. But death is part of life. And I think we all need to be a little more open and honest about it. And it actually can be a sort of illuminating part of life. It can actually, there's something sort of freeing when you open yourself up to it. And my mom had a really interesting perspective on it. She had a very, very interesting way of dealing with the end of her life. And there's something very refreshing about her perspective, and I think that we could all learn a lot from that.
Well, talking about my own mother too, she I found out that she had bought this what do you call it, a cremation. Cremation. She was paying for her cremation. Now my mother's she's 67, right? Which is not anywhere near that age, but
no.
When she bought it was a while ago, I think a few years ago, and I got very upset when I found this out. I got very upset because She didn't talk to me about it. She just went and did it. She got her urn in the mail, and we still have it. It just made me so upset, and I don't know why it made me so upset at the time because, of like you said, it's part of life. I do have to face it.
Yeah.
Maybe at the time I wasn't ready to face it.
You weren't ready, yeah.
No, but now I realize, she just didn't want to burden me. She already has her wishes.
Right.
So as much as I hate,
and that's a gift. That is a gift to you. That's her gift to you to have plans and to be ready, because then that's something you don't have to deal with.
Right.
Everyone. That's a thing about, and that is something that crosses all cultures. Is this is a fact of life that everyone has to deal with. It doesn't matter what culture you are, what political faction you're in, what part of the world you're in. We are all going to have to deal with this. And that's the thing about my show that has also been really illuminating, is that everyone has this kind of a story of, what my mom did, what my dad did, what my uncle did. You know what secret was revealed when my so-and-so died? Everyone has one of these types of stories to tell. When I was just writing the story and developing it, I went to lunch with a friend of mine who's from India. Mm-hmm. And she said, I said, I have this show. I'm thinking of calling it Under the Jello Mold, because that's where my mom kept the instructions for what to do after she died. And my friend said, oh, my God, Jenny, my mother kept the instructions under the bag of jasmine rice. And I said, look at that. I said, every culture, it's sort of universal. Like,
right.
Your mom has had her plans. She made her plans. You might not have liked it, but she did it. And, I bet there's an envelope somewhere in her house, too.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, actually, I am writing, speaking of mothers, I'm writing a show featuring my mother and me, but in a court case. Is a strange court case. Fictional. It's not a real, court case. But anyways, that will be hopefully for next year.
Hopefully.
Hollywood Fringe 2020 is coming.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, I'm developing it with, you probably know, Matt Quinn.
Yeah.
From
yeah.
UC.
Oh, yeah.
He has he has a writer's group, which, by the way, anybody can join it. It's called Pipeline, and so everybody goes and they are writing their own stories or their own shows, and so it's great, and he's a great person.
That's great.
And I know that actually you've been involved in the Fringe and have already won greater praise for your show. So I'm going to go see it on Tuesday.
Good. Excellent. Oh, excellent. Yeah. Make sure you stick around afterwards, and I'd love to say hi.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Excellent.
Actually, I don't know if I saw this somewhere or I read it somewhere. Because I've been involved with the Hollywood Fringe last year and this year. But I've seen your name or the name of the title before.
Good.
Somewhere there. So. And you won the Best Solo Performance, and you won the Encore Producer Award in 2017. And I also know that you've been to North Hollywood, which actually is great because I'm actually here in the Valley. But this Playhouse is really interesting because I was there last week. I went to see a pain in my Asperger's.
Oh, yes. Right. He's also at the Santa Monica Playhouse.
Yeah, which is really a lovely place. It looks small once you go inside. You're like, wow.
I know.
This many seats.
It's a really great little. They have 2 spaces, and it's a really I've been going there for years because I have two kids. One is grown, and we used to take them there to see children's theater, which they have a really great children's theater program there.
Right.
So I've been going there for years. So it's a great place.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying at the beginning, it's basically it's called the Binge Fringe Binge Fringe Festival, BFF, at the Santa Monica Playhouse. A very lovely place, very cute. They have, I think, 2 or 3 theaters, I believe.
Yeah, and it's all free. It's all free.
And it's free?
Yep.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain, right?
Nope.
You can go see a movie that will cost you probably $40 to get in and get your popcorn and all that. When you can see something
you can
real
see free live theater. Yes.
Exactly. Nothing beats free. So, but you do have to make your reservations, as soon as possible, because this show in particular is going to be going on this Tuesday. I think it's at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. That's correct.
Okay. So this Tuesday, October 29th, is coming up. So you do have to either send them an email. Anyway, the information will be below, so whoever's listening will be able to click on the link below. And or you can either call. Myself, I'd rather be calling because I want to make sure they get my name. Yeah. So, yeah, don't tell us what's under the Jello mold.
No, but, I never tell anyone what's under the Jello mold. You have to come see the show.
You have to come see the show. Right.
That's how I get you.
That's actually a very good tactic. You want to find out what's in there, you come and see it. So what was it like to bring it to Santa Monica? Was it different than Hollywood?
Well, I had to apply. There was an application process. So it was just about sending a clip of the show. They did know me, I will say. I had brought my previous show there. So they were familiar with my work, which was very nice. So I might have had a little bit of a leg up in terms of the fact that they were familiar with my work. I wasn't a stranger to them. Right. So that was nice. My show was very my previous show was very well received when I performed it there. I did a little bit of a run at their theater. So so that was nice, but I still had to apply. So, fair is fair. So there's still an application process to go through, but they present a lot of shows. I mean, you could go there the entire month of October. I think there's a total of like some crazy number, like 47 shows over 45 nights or something of free theater. It's really amazing. And the idea is that they really want to bring newcomers who aren't usual theater goers. They want to bring new people into the theater and grow an excitement and a love for live theater. And I think that's really, wonderful. Really wonderful. Yeah, it's really exciting. So if you haven't seen live theater, this is or if you're, if it's oftentimes out of reach, and let's face it, I haven't seen Hamilton yet. I can't afford a ticket.
Can't afford it either, right?
It's crazy. So, this is a great way to see a lot, or at least some of some really great stuff.
Right.
So take advantage of it.
Well, actually, I have some favorites because I already had some people that I was following who were in the Fringe Festival, and some of them are going there. I saw Fertile.
It's a great show. Well. Yeah, Heather. Yeah, she's a friend of mine, and she's wonderful.
She's wonderful, and she's touring right now, so she's going around, but she's going to come back here. My Name is Mummy, which used to be called Clementine. Mm-hmm. What a show. Incredible. Then leaving Prince Charming, I haven't seen it, but I talked to her before. So I mean, there's you can just go down the list, click interested. Chrissy Matt is tonight. I'm gonna miss it because
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
she invited me, but I'm not able to come tonight. But yeah, I mean, great stuff. It's free. The Playhouse reminds me of the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland for some reason.
It does. It has sort of like an old Victorian vibe.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
I'm like, when are the pennies going to be stretching? And I just thought it was so cool to go in there. And,
Well, my show is what's called the other space, which is a little more modern than the main Playhouse room. But yeah, their main Playhouse room, it does have an old Victorian feel to it. So
yeah, really lovely place.
Yeah.
And, Santa Monica, I mean, who doesn't know Santa Monica? So
right, exactly.
You can just make it a whole evening thing.
Make a night. It's a couple.
And
it's just another block over to the Third Street Promenade, and then you can go get a little bite to eat.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not a bad night.
Not a bad night, and it's free entertainment, live theater. Like I always say, live theater. LA is a theater town. Believe it or not, people. And there's North Hollywood, there's Santa Monica, there's Long Beach, I'm sure, or
Yeah, there's some great little theaters in Long Beach, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just don't believe it. You have to be in New York to be able to see great stuff. And this is like a fun show, but also moving. There's I'm sure there's going to be some drama under the yellow mold there.
There's definitely emotion in it for sure.
Okay, great. And so yeah, are you planning on doing this again somewhere else, or are you doing it in that new show?
I'm going to be doing it here in LA again in January. As more information on the website under the Jello mold. And then in February, I'm going up to the Sophia, which is in Sacramento. I was there last year, and they're having me back, which is great. It's a large performing arts center. So I'm looking forward to being back there. And there's, I can't really announce anything yet because we have like contracts pending, so I can't officially say anything yet. But I will be taking the show to, I'll say, other states this next coming year. So definitely the show has big plans in store, and exciting things are on the horizon. And I would say this is definitely a great chance to see the show, especially for free. And one of the last times it will be here in LA, at least for a while, because it will be going to other parts of the country very soon. So, really looking forward to be able to announce something pretty soon. But right now I gotta be a little tight-lipped about it. So
I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at keeping secrets. But yeah, I'm hoping that you will announce it, and I'll be happy to share the information on my blog, on my page, or whatever, so we can get some people some butts in seats, because there's nothing better than theater, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I love telling the story. I love telling the story. So I look forward to having people there, because I really, really enjoy every single time I get to tell the story. It's really, really a joy and a privilege for me to be able to tell it. I do have, sometimes people say, "Oh God, isn't that hard?" And like to, talk about your mom and do all this. And I'm like, no, it's very joyful. It's really a very wonderful chance to to get to spend time with my mom.
Right.
Is kind of what it feels like,
Right.
So.
Well, yeah, it will be interesting for me because I do. It's a little bit of research actually that I'm doing for my own show and see what it's going to be like to talk about my mom. She's alive and she's still not in her urn yet. So
Yeah, well, thank God.
It's a different experience for me.
Appreciate her for sure. Appreciate her while she's here. Sometimes we don't do that enough, So
yeah, exactly.
That's good.
So once again, I want to remind people that this show will be at the Santa Monica Playhouse. I already said it like 4 times, but once again, I'll say it. It's going to be on Tuesday, October 29th at 8 p.m., part of the Binge Fringe Festival, or BFF. And then you want to call either 310, number is 310-394-9779, extension 1, or you can just email theater@santamonicaplayhouse.com. You have to include the name of the show, which is Under Yellow Mold, your name, number of people that will be coming to your party, and your phone number. And you can do the same with all the other shows that are going to be coming out there. I don't know when it's going to be over, but it's going through November. I know that much.
November something, yeah. Well, Victor, I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Jenny, and I'm looking forward to meeting you for the first time on Tuesday.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay, great. So let's take it out with another song, and see you on Tuesday. And
thanks so much.
I hope to see more of those listeners in the seats, too.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Take care.
We are go for liftoff in T-30. Hit the record
Gosh, that's swell.
It's a Lowe's Blog Talk Radio.